Right, well, getting into any trouble, do we?
So we're coming at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
You said yes. 6:30.
We're coming here at
6:30 in the morning to pick up some rolls so we can have a picnic.
6:30
Fiscado.
in the morning.
Yes.
Well, are they? Aren't they? The Hobbit is making noises. Oi, where are you going?
I'm leaving you.
Oh. It's Friday. Welcome back to Rudgey, aka the Doctor. If you haven't already, hit the like, the share, and the subscribe. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Helps me enormously when you do that. And it also helps me when you leave a comment. All these things progress the channel. A share helps even more because obviously it takes it to a wider audience. While we're on the subject of comments, I haven't been answering a lot of them. I've been a bit overrun with people messaging me, which I don't mind. People messaging me, people commenting, and emails, all sorts of stuff. I don't mind. It's just that I decided maybe I'd leave the comment section for you lot to police. I do look at them, and if I think there's one that needs commenting on, I'll comment. But generally, I'm just answering the emails now and private messages because, well, we're getting to that time of year when a few of you might want to come out and visit and you might want to meet me. So I need to be on the ball with that. Anyway, as you saw at the top of the programme, the Hobbit has left me. No, it's all right. Apart from the washing up piling up and the bins not being taken out, but that happened anyway. She's just gone back to the UK to sort out her finances and it's a business in the UK, and we're waiting for a visa to come through because she's run out of time with the 90-day thing, something that a lot of you will appreciate. We are going to do a series of videos on her journey. We just didn't get the time while she was here to finish them off. So there's the interviews and stuff because it involves a lot of travelling around the island. And I'm quite busy with all that sort of stuff, as you know. So yeah, we've put some of the videos together with her journey. We've just got this end of the island to video, and then we can sit down and interview. It'll be quite an interesting little trip, I think, for a lot of you. And there'll be some nice beaches involved for you to look at. What's happening this week? I'm not going to tell you because I happen to know a few of you skipped through the videos. I can see on the algorithms, so I want you to watch to the end. So without further ado, shall we? I think we should. Let's go. Let's have a look. Right, well, here's another Rudgey's top tip. This is the main road that runs between Poros, which is in that direction, and Augustoli, which is in that direction, and we're currently in Msata. You can see the Black Pearl parked up there. I like to stop here occasionally for a coffee. In fact, it's become a favourite place of the Hobbits. She's inside getting something to eat. Now they have all manner of really nice stuff, like most bakeries here do. The people are friendly, prices are good, the coffee's quite nice, and if you don't want to take it home, you can sit here in the sunshine. And it overlooks St Thomas Beach, Posada, etc. So if you're passing this summer, it's I reckon it's a good place to stop. There is, however, don't park on the road like that. There's a car park just up there. I'd appreciate it if you stop here, if you use the car park, because there's been a few complaints and we don't want them getting into any trouble, do we? So yeah, it'd be a recommendation from me. Bought the shop sausage. The food's really good. I was just saying we recommend this place, don't we?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's open 6:30 in the morning every single day with fresh bread. She bakes it herself every day. So we're coming on New Year's Day. They're open. So we're coming at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
You said yes. 6:30.
We're coming here.
We are coming 6:30 in the morning to pick up some rolls so we can have a picnic.
6:30
in Fiscado.
in the morning.
Yes.
I don't know about that sausage.
Well, it's all been arranged.
Anyway, this is for the party at your house, isn't it?
Some bagatto, a whole bagatto to cut up, and a whole selection of warm cakes, which are good for your calorie-controlled diet.
Yes. Yeah, Jimmy Wednesday and the Wednesday House are coming round to see the Hobbit's new Hobbit Hall, aren't they? I was just saying this is a good stop-off point. I've been using it a bit now.
It's very warm here, isn't it?
Yes, it is sausage.
Fabulous grandpa chairs.
Day before New Year's Eve.
I know, look at it. It doesn't really feel like New Year's Eve though, does it?
No.
It's still warm.
I think we should. Let's go. Let's have a look. So where do you think you're going?
Well, I'm leaving you to fend for yourself.
Oh.
I'll be back when the food runs out.
So when are you coming back then?
Next year?
It's nice, isn't it? Next year, she says. What about your house?
Oh, you can look after that. Rent it out for me.
I could actually. I've got biometric. I could make some money, couldn't I? Yes, that's a good idea, sausage.
What about me?
Yeah. Yeah, so the Hobbit has to get back because her time unfortunately has run out and her visa isn't through yet. So we'll let you know how that goes.
For goodness sake.
Anyway, have a safe trip, Hobbit.
Thank you.
She's flying a G and... Now I'm doing this without the microphones because I've just ridden past and thought, well, yeah, you see all these here? Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a load more over here. There's a load more down there. In fact, these things are parked up. Oh, there's some in the field behind there. These things are parked up all over the island this time of year, and it becomes apparent just how many hire cars there are. Now, that's a fairly recent thing as far as the island is concerned. As I said in various videos, we never really had any proper roads here, so hire cars were pretty scarce, and hiring a motorbike was fairly scarce until Sunbird started, and then it was a bit easier. But yeah, mental the amount of cars we've got. Well, being as I've dropped the Hobbit at the airport, I thought I'd take you to one of her favourite beaches. It's a favourite of hers and the Bucket and the Us Beach. So let's go and have a look at that, shall we? Taking it easy today because we had a huge storm last night, thunder, lightning, torrential rain, wind, the lot, you name it, and there's quite a bit of snow on the mountain this morning when I woke up. So yeah, you never know what you're going to find on the roads after a storm like that, so we'll take it steady. Right, there you go. There's the taverna, all locked up for the winter. All looks a bit different down here, doesn't it? As I said, we had a huge storm last night, so it's going to be pretty brisk down here. So yeah, that's the Hobbit. She's, as I was saying, she's had to fly back because her visa hasn't come yet. Probably be a couple of weeks, we're hoping. But in any case, in a few weeks' time, she'll get more on a calculator for the 90-day thing, so she'll be able to come back then. Yeah, I'm missing her already. I mean, the bins need emptying and the washing up hasn't been done. So yeah, I might have to get somebody in. Only joking. I can see her frowning at me now. Anyway, let's have a look at the beach and see what that's all about. Okay, well, it is a bit windy. I've tried to shelter the microphone as best I can. I'm getting a bit better at it now. I've had a few people send me emails and messages, and I appreciate all your help. I think it's John in particular was going on about he's discovered DaVinci, the editing suite. As some of you know, I had a lot of trouble with my old laptop, and I was stuck to the Power Director, an old version of that, because it was free and I couldn't take it off that laptop, put it on the new one. So the Hobbit brought me a new laptop for my birthday last year. We had a look at various options for editing. I tried DaVinci. I found it extremely complicated, and the problem is when you're putting these videos out every week, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of content I have to make, and I'm learning as I go. So I haven't really got time to sit down, watch videos, try and work things out. I have to do it as I go along. A few of you have commented, and thanks for the nice comments. The editing's getting much better. Yeah, that's because every video I do, I try another little thing, or watch a tutorial on YouTube, and then have another go at something else. But yeah, Power Director, I've got the new version of that, and it keeps updating. It's got all sorts of things on it that DaVinci's probably got, but it's far simpler to use. You only need to pull files into one window and run out of that. DaVinci, there was files all over the place. I struggled with sticking the files in the right places. It just took too long. And like I say, when you're putting a video out every week, that's a lot of footage I have to make up. And then there's the coffee page to run, emails to do. So yeah, thanks for all your advice. I am looking into all the things that you've told me. But I think I'll stick with Power Director for the minute. It's doing its job. Anyway, Avithos Beach, out of season. As you can see, it's been pretty well knocked about with the storm we had last night. I mean, look, in the summer I walked around that headland there. I'm not going to do that now. What a great day to be alive. Poor old Hobbit, she would have loved this. She's quite a good partner for me, really. She goes wambling about, comes back with all sorts of things that are washed up on the beach. Because, as some of you know, you may not know, I don't know, I like to make things out of driftwood and the likes. And the Hobbit loves to have a bit of a wamble around, getting bits of driftwood, so it's ideal, really. Anyway, yeah, this is Avithos. It's completely different in the summer. If you flick back through my videos, I dare say you'll find one of it. And I can highly recommend the taverna. It's very nice in there, as long as I haven't changed the chef. So let's get back to Village Oro. Start editing this film. Well, Yeah. See, this is what you don't get to see on this channel. You see lovely beaches, sunshine. My glasses are all misted up, and all that sort of thing, don't you? Let me just see if I can find something to wipe my glasses with. I've left my hat here. Yeah, so I've just been on a shopping trip to Lidl's, which is like a 15-minute drive away from where I live, as you probably know. It's bad enough trying to get things on the bike in the summer. When you're trying to do it in the winter, very difficult because you have to remember that things are going to get wet. So anyway, this is my my bread for the week because I haven't been able to get. I wasn't going to ride into Augustoli to get my bread, so I've got the rough stuff that everybody else uses, sandwich bread. This stays on the handlebars up to 60 miles an hour. Then it hits you in the face, opens up and spreads all over the road. I found that out a couple of years ago. But as you can see, the bag split. It fell off the bike outside the butcher's while I was loading the meat up. Spuds, I've had to strap them on with a bungee strap. My burger buns are a little bit squashed, but I think they'll survive. So yeah, this morning there was a bit of snow on the mountain. Let me show you what that was like. Yeah, we'll leave the bike for a minute and go up the stairs onto the balcony and see if we can see the snow on the mountain. The old roof's holding up pretty well. I've got one little leak there. I think it's blown under the tiles. There you go. Snow on the mountain. Now, that's another problem in itself, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But yeah, there's the snow. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. There you go. I'll keep the camera as steady as I can. I had a much better view of that this morning, but the clouds come down, unfortunately. But yeah, in the morning it comes down to the top road, almost down to Vlahata. But it is only a sprinkling down there, so of course when it rains it tends to disappear. It's just a dusting. Me and Stathis actually sat in the living room yesterday and watched it snow. Quite spectacular. So yeah, this is the winter equipment, and as most people who ride bikes will tell you, nothing is ever completely waterproof, as the Hobbit found out. Anyway, I'm going to get the shopping off the bike now and make myself a cottage pie for tea, because I've been to the butcher's, so I've got some minced beef and stuff, and we'll crack on with the rest of the video in a second. Yeah, that's right. That's how much you can get on a Kawasaki Z1000. Everything's soaking wet. Helmet's misted up. What a great day to be alive. Let's get cooking, I suppose. Got this stuff here in the kitchen. Right. Shopping away and get cooking, I guess. Potatoes. Of course, the upside to cooking is it warms the kitchen up. You can open the door and let the heat go through there. Because last night it was about 10, 11 degrees in the house, slightly warmer outside. This house seems to be really cold in the winter and really hot in the summer compared to what's going on outside. I would like to get a stove. I might have to actually have a chat with the landlady, see if she'll let me put a stove and get it fitted professionally in that for next season. But for now I'm going to manage what I've got, which is one of these. Yeah, a little gas heater. Now, I'm not quite sure how many kilos the bottle is. Let's turn this round and I'll show you what the bottle looks like in compared to me. There's the bottle. One of those is about 27 euros, something like that. Stathis next door picks it up for me. Well, he gets his Romanian counterpart, Danny, to pick them up. I'm very grateful for that, so I usually let him have the change out of 30 euros. I'm not quite sure how long they'll last, but we've been doing all right. I've had 3 so far this season. That's not too bad, I suppose. Of course, I'll be a pensioner in May, and they've took the winter fuel allowance off us because you can claim it on pension credits, but of course I can't get them because I live here. So there you are. So yeah, that's how I'm heating the place. So that's why it's not on at the minute. You become very conscious of stuff. I am going to have to get a car, aren't I? But again, it's money. I have seen a Lada Niva for 2,000 euros. I might try and knock him down to 1,500. It's not so much buying it as running it then, because there's some interesting footage over Poros way this time of year. They've got a, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a big, the river runs out onto the beach and they built like a culvert, massive thing, looks like a motorway. And that's full at the moment, apparently. I'd quite like to go and see that, but riding over there, I don't think so. Anyway, let's crack on. Okay, well, somebody asked me to do this. It's not going to be relevant in a few months, is it? Let alone a year or so, but I have been asked to do it. So, right, we've got some chicken breasts. Now, they were, is that chicken breast? No, that's the mince, sorry. We've got some chicken breasts, 2 of them. The butcher cuts off the bad bits, so that's 2 chicken breasts. I'll get a fair few meals out of that, and they are about 10 euros, I think. 10 euros 40 cents for those. Now I've got some minced beef. He usually makes me a nice mix for my burgers. As you can see, it's a nice colour. That was a little bit more, it's 13 euros for that. So that's your meat. Now, I'll go to Lidl's because they have the odd thing that I can't get anywhere else. I don't like going to Lidl's really, but there you go. Got some Mars bars, they're expensive, 130 something. Butter, can't remember how much that is, but Lidl's is the only place I've found decent salted butter, so I just buy it. Now, these are about €2 and 20 cents, I think, for 250 grams of cheddar cheese. And it's really good, really good. Trouble is, they run out of it, so you have to grab it while it's there. I got fish and chips on a Friday night. Alaskan pollock. There's 6 in there, and they were €6. So they can go in the freezer straight away before they defrost. What else have we got? And then there's my bread and stuff like that. You don't want to see that. Oh yeah, and potatoes. Now I get these from the mini market just down the road from the meat market by the castle. Those of you who watch me regularly will know what I'm on about. That bag there, which will last me a few days, maybe a bit longer, because the Hobbit's not here and she likes her chips. Anyway, that'll last me a couple of weeks or so, I would think. That's about €3 50 cents, I think he charged me for that. I don't normally buy them from there. I usually get them from Olga, down on the front in Augustoli. If you watch me regularly, you'll all know where Olga is. So yeah, that's a rough costing for you. Petrol's more expensive here. I am going to first idea how much it is at the moment. I've not been watching it because I have to put it in, so you know, that's that. Of course, while we're on the subject of costings, because I was asked to do this, so yeah, the bike, well, that costs me, I think it's about 130 a year circulation tax, which is road tax. That has to be paid by the end of December, otherwise you get a fine. Now, being told you can hand the plates in. You used to have to take the plates off and hand them in. Now you can do it digitally. They can stay on the bike, which means you can take the bike off the road, and that costs about €25 a year, from what I'm told. I haven't tried that yet, so I'm not guaranteeing that's the truth, but that's what I was told. The insurance on the bike is a Z1000 Kawasaki 03. It's the bike that is insured, not me, although I think you do get no claims from what Nikos was telling me. Pretty impossible to get fully comp, and that's about €130 a year. So it's about the same as a road tax. So, you know, it might be a cheap way to run around and do this filming, but I pay for it in the winter, as you've just seen. So yeah, there's a rough costing for you. But like I said, it won't be relevant in a few months' time, will it? So that's why I generally don't do it, really. So right, I'm going to crack on with this. And if I think of something else, I'll let you know. Before I forget, and yeah, why did I go out in the pouring rain? You're probably asking yourself, well, I haven't got any bread or anything, and I was hungry. So you'll have to excuse me while I eat my cheese and onion sandwich while I make my tea. Something I forgot to mention was I heard a lot of people say that it's very expensive. Cost of living's higher here. I suppose it's all relative, really, but I don't think it is. It depends what you buy and where you buy it. Now, if you want to be British about it and you want to use gravy granules, things like that, I think this one was €4.20 for that. I have seen it as much as €6.50. Depends where you go shopping for these things. There's a lot of stuff like that. Things you can't get are, and I have a lot of viewers, which I'm very grateful to, that bring this stuff out. Things like curry paste. Now, you can get some curry sauces, but you can't get the curry paste. The Greeks don't tend to have spicy foods out here. There's a lot of Chinese things you can't get as well. HP sauce, I think I paid about €6. Got the price on it. Yeah, I think I paid €6 for that HP sauce because the Hobbit likes that. So things like, if you're going to buy British things, it has to be imported. So of course we're an island anyway, so it costs. You know, the cost can be quite extreme. I get friends to bring me things like Yorkshire tea bags out. Which we got there, because a small box of them's about €6. I mean, I think Pat only pays a little bit more than that for a big one, and she puts them in her freezer bag. It doesn't take much room up in a suitcase. She brings them out. The Hobbit does the same, and it keeps me going throughout the year then. But generally, if you're buying Greek stuff, it's not too dear. Vegetables, well, depends where you shop again. I don't think they're very expensive. Like I say, I use Olga, and I find the prices are very, very good. You know, I think I've done videos before where I've come away with a week's worth of veg for €6 or something, something ridiculous. So you can eat quite healthy. And of course, a bonus to me living here is, as you saw last year, I can grow my own food. So this year we're going to step that up a little bit. I'm doing a bit more than just tomatoes and cucumbers. Although I was very good at growing the cucumbers. So yeah, that's a little insight for you. And like I say, I was asked to do it. It won't be relevant. This is 2025 now. Next year it probably won't be relevant. Might have gone up, gone down. You know, the cost of living might change. But I don't think it's much more expensive to live here than it is in the UK. And certainly for some costs, like renting property, car and bike insurance, things like that, they're all way, way cheaper than the UK. I couldn't afford to live in a house in the UK, which is why I lived on a boat, which some of you have also asked me. That's why I lived on a boat. I couldn't afford a flat in Torquay. It was going to cost me about £1,000 a month. I haven't got that sort of money, so I couldn't do it. So I lived on a boat. Of course, in the UK, I could have asked for help. I don't like doing that. So yeah, on the subject of the house, water rates, way cheaper. Council tax, way cheaper again. Out here, you pay your electric bill has your rates, council tax, whatever that you want to call it. That's included. Your television license, things like that. It's all included in the electric bill. Water bill's separate, but that's never very much. I did have one for €90 for 3 months. but it was in the summer, and I had a lot of guests. Normally it's like 10 or 20 euros. In fact, it's been less than that in the past. There's another cost for you. So yeah, there you go. Little insight into daily life in Greece. Well, there you go. That's another Rudgey, aka the Doctor in Kefalonia video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it, and I hope you found some of the prices that I put on there, which I know is very brief, useful. Like I say, I don't normally bother with that because, as I've explained, I had somebody comment on a video that's over a year old now. So the stuff just won't be relevant next year. And because it's on YouTube and the nature of the way that YouTube shares my videos, you might be watching this in 2 years' time. Things will have moved on and changed. So I do try just to film stuff on a day-to-day basis that I am doing. And I know that a lot of the regulars just tune in because they like to see the beaches they go to and the places they stay. Keeps you connected with the island, I hope. I hope that that's what you enjoy watching. So, anyway, leave a comment, hit the share, and hit the subscribe. That helps me enormously if you haven't already done that. And those of you who visited the Coffee and PayPal page this week, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate it. It's helping me more than you'll ever know just at the minute. Anyway, we're heading into summer now, so things are going to start brightening up and the island will start to open up. Hopefully I'll be able to film that for you. We've got the Hobbit coming back soon. She's gone off to the UK, as you just saw, because a visa hasn't come through yet and she's run out of time, basically. So that's that. And I'm missing her already. The washing up's piled up. The washing needs doing. I don't know. Fancy leaving me on my own like that. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. And remember, dreams come true. True story. Great day to be alive, isn't it? See you next week, guys.